Hey, what's up, guys? Books Nelson here, back with another video. And today we're going to be getting into these new next cards, the rookies coming into next year as we are approaching the NBA draft. At the time of this recording, I don't know how you get these cards, but it's worth noting that they are all dark matters, so I don't imagine the structure will be exactly the same as normal. Because there's no opals, there's no tiers here in the cards, so we are very close to the next season. So these rookies really do have to impress to get that currency out of your account to want to get these cards, because we know they're going to have to sell this upcoming season pass. And it's Sabrina Ionescu, which was announced yesterday as well. We'll have more updates on that later on in the day. But there's no male players on the headlining part of it, so we know there's going to be something going on in the season pass as far as players as well that these players will be competing with. So let's see what they have in store and get right into the content. Now, I fully confess to you guys, I'm a big NBA fan. I do not watch a lot of college basketball pre-draft. I don't care about players until they are in the draft. A passing interest in college basketball at best. Although now that they're actually paying these guys and they have NIT deals, I mean, not the NIT deals, whatever, now that they can get the deals, that's cool. So I can appreciate it a little bit more now that they are not working for free. But not to get political here, let's look at these cards. Sorry. So we have a 6'8" shooting guard, great size, 7-foot wingspan, 210, should have a wide-ish player build for Justin Edwards here. And let's go ahead and we see the stats and badges. So significantly with the stats and badges, and shout out to Carlo for his coach videos. I think I'm glad that somebody in the community is covering those things. And in the future, I will be talking more about coaches and how they affect your teams now that they actually dropped new coaches. But I think we're at the stage in the game where you should probably be building your team around your coach. And so if you have a character that's a 96 strength right here, you're maybe not as much looking at the offensive coach. Maybe you're looking at the defensive coach. And you can take these characters that are already good offensively. Maybe this is a distance you can close with a shoe. And then say the coach is going to bring up a lot of these defensive stats like strength and everything else. So that having been said, with Popovich out there, this 86 strength plus 6 from Pop plus a shoe can really get way up there at the 2-guard position at 6'8". And I think that is an important thing to discuss. It looks like the current gen badges aren't up yet, so we'll see if he has a movable enforcer later on throughout the video. But for now, let's go ahead and hop in these animations. Before we close that out, we'll note 95 driving dunk, 93 three ball. He should be able to do everything on the court. His lower stats, 88 interior, 85 passing, 86 strength. But other than that, very solid card attribute wise. All right, so Curry escape. Now it's a decent escape, not one of the best in the game, but definitely a decent escape, usable for sure. Derrick Rose sides up with Kyrie Irving dribble style. That's a great combo right there. KD breakdown moves are okay. Giannis moving crossover solid. John Wall step backs excellent. Behind the back, we hope that's Jamal Murray. Pro 2 leaner, Jokic hop jumper. This guy's got some really juiced animations, I have to say. Michael Jordan layup package. Don't know how good Mike's layup package is, but he's got all the dunk packages in the world. So this is a pretty elite looking card from an animation standpoint. And at 6'8" at the 2-guard, you absolutely have to love that. So the shot. Ooh, okay. Taurean Prince with Klay Thomas. That Taurean Prince lower base is absolutely fantastic. I've been talking about this for a while. Not just everybody just looks at Patty Mills. Patty Mills, T-Mac, those are the top two. But beyond that, you have Ben Shepherd, Taurean Prince, JT Thor, Terrence Mann, Steph Curry base. There are a lot of good bases in the game that they could have been upgrading these cards with. And now that we're in what I believe is going to be the very last season, we're finally starting to see these lower bases upgrade because there's nowhere else for the cards to go besides all being 7 feet tall. Even with that, with this card, he is 6'8" at the 2-guard position. So looking at this right here, this card has a chance to be as good as any 2-guard in the game. This card can possibly replace anybody you're running. So very excited to see how you actually get this card. So he has no VC and MT price. So I'm imagining that there's probably some sort of agenda or something to get this card. So this could be a big W for 2K as we see this going forward. And before we get out of here, I'm actually curious what these comments are saying early on. Okay, nothing useful there. Sorry, guys. Community failed us. Okay, so moving forward, Ron Holland. And we'll queue up a couple of these, and we'll double back around once we see those next-gen badges pop up. But for now, we'll keep it moving. So he is a 6'8", 2-guard as well. Lower 3-ball, higher strength, higher defense, right? So here's what we're talking about in reverse, right? So his 3-ball is at a 90. Well, if you put on Phil Jackson, you can get that 3-ball way up there, and that, no concerns there with Phil there. Ja size up Kyrie Irving, inferior to the other guy. I do like the Derrick Rose size up far better than the Ja size up. Not that the Ja size up is unusable in any way. Jordan crossovers, all right. Combo moves, Allen Iverson. No, AI has terrible combo moves, and I don't understand that. Like, I definitely don't get why AI's combo moves are so bad, but I'm seeing something crazy over here. John Wall base with Kobe Bryant upper. This is going to be one of the best shots in the game, guys. And John Wall snatch back. Now, he does have the Curry slide. He doesn't have the Jamal Murray, but this is hard to turn down. So this, depending on how we get these cards, this is looking Apology Tour-ish in content, because now they're looking like they're democratizing the quality 2-guards, like high quality 2-guards, ironically, like right after T-Mac, right, who's a 6'8", 2-guard, now you're getting these cards with these absolutely ridiculous releases. And T-Mac's a good card. I think he's not what he used to be, and he doesn't have the greatest upper in the world, but he is a good card. But all right, this guy's looking pretty good. He doesn't have perfect animations, but he definitely has more than enough animations to make it work. So again, when the next gen badges come in, oh, there we go. There's the next gen badges. So we look back at the other guy, and he's got Hall of Fame removal enforcer. This card looks outrageous. I have to say, this card looks absolutely outrageous. I would 100% run him with Phil Jackson, and he might be as good as any 2-guard in the game. Because that John Wall lower with Kobe upper, I have a feeling that is going to be absolutely crazy as a jumper. So we're looking, you guys know, I'm big on Dr. J. This looks like a guy who might be arguing with that sort of deal. All right. Kyle Filipowski. I think I got that right. 93 3-ball on a 7', 7'4" wingspan big. All right. We like that. Pretty solid. Decent size. Not elite size, but decent. Good stats across the board. Nothing jumps out as particularly bad, although his dunking stats are a little on the mid side. You can get that a little better with a shoe. Badge-wise, is he missing anything? Nope. Extremely low maintenance from a badge standpoint. So now we're at a point in the year where badge packs are probably salary cap more what you're looking for, but in terms of main roster cards, like unlimited and triple threat, that kind of thing, and clutch time, you're not going to be needing badges anymore throughout the rest of the year. Although he does need Space Creator. And let's look at the animations. Another Pro 2 Jokic combo. So oh my God, look at those dribble animations. Hold on. And the Kyle Korver lower with Sexton upper. This card is another one that could be absolutely crazy. If they're releasing these cards and they're not buyable, they're not in the player market at all. Are these packs only? Is that what's going on? I don't know. I'm really curious what they're doing here, because this guy is absolutely crazy. Like Kemba Escape, a Kobe size up's all right, but Kyrie Irving dribble style with Giannis crossover, James Harden behind the back, John Wall moving step back, CP3 hesitation with 7 feet tall, 7'4" wingspan. This is one of the better centers in the entire game. They definitely are doing the thing with these cards. Okay, 7'3", 7'7" wingspan. So this is obviously one of the cards you're going to want. So 83 ball. So here we go. So I think if you're running one of these cards with the 83 ball, something you might want to consider is running that Ionescu, especially if you're playing clutch time or triple threat, right? Because you're not going to get up 25 shots or more than 25 shots. If you guys don't know, Sabrina Ionescu is plus 10 3-pointer for the first 25 shots you take throughout the game, which for some games is a significant portion of it. And if you if that card pushes you over the edge to give you a big lead, by the time the boost runs out, you don't care anymore. You're laughing all the way to the to the winner's circle. So we just talked about how badges wouldn't be that necessary. This guy, totally different story, because he's gonna need that open looks. If you're running Sabrina, I would consider limitless range, because with a shoe and and Sabrina, this is going to be a 94 3 ball for 25 shots of the game. And if you're running him as a popper, why not go all in with that? Deadeye, absolutely would throw that on there. And you guys know, if you watch my videos, you know enough what I'm going to say. That handles for days is absolutely necessary. Other than that, though, animation wise, oh my goodness, he has Kyrie Irving. Hold on, what is his ball handling attribute? He has an 86 ball handle, a 7-3. This is like almost a Yao Ming KP level card. Okay, we just talked about this. MPJ base, Troy Brown upper. So I believe Troy Brown is the upper that makes your jump shots way faster. It's either Troy Brown Jr. or Derrick Jones Jr. is what I'm trying to remember which one of them it is. I don't remember which one of it is. I apologize for that. But I think this is one of those uppers that makes you a lot faster. But the Michael Porter Jr., that's the Kevin Cruz base, right? Kevin Cruz uses that on his guards. I've been using it for a while. I still got to edit that video and put that up. But spoiler alert, it's absolutely fantastic. Normal leaner, Jokic hop jumper, absolutely love that. And the SIGs, I mean, you guys see them, but if you're not looking at the screen, James Harden moving step back, penny spin, Kobe combo moves, but Kemba escape, Jamal Murray signature size up. This is one of the best size ups in the game. I use this size up on a lot of characters. And I use his and Dwayne Wade's a lot as opposed to the De'Aaron Fox, and it's just because it's a tighter dribble. It's a tighter dribble, and there's some nice built-in combos into it. And with the Kyrie Irving dribble style, it's absolutely fantastic. The problem with the D-Fox size up is just it's a lot of animating. And that's sometimes good, and when I'm in the mood for it, or if it's a character that plays that style, then yeah. But if I want a character that's just hitting you with a quick like bop bop, then I prefer those tighter signature size ups, because it allows me to set up and deceive my opponent much more efficiently. But yeah, this card's absolutely looking crazy looking card. So far, these cards are all really, really outstanding. All right, guys, I don't know about that name, pronouncing that name. I don't know if I want to do it, but he's a 6, Matas Buzelis. Hopefully I got that right, but he's a 6'10" 2 guard, which is crazy. So we are looking at the stats. They look absolutely fantastic. Again, we see that strength here. So with the shoe, his shooting is 98-98, right? The driving dunk is already up there. The athleticism is already up there. So this is a card I would absolutely run with Greg Popovich. And Greg Popovich is going to make this guy cracked, right? Greg Popovich. He's going to make this guy absolutely cracked because he's +6 to defense and strength. So this is another scenario where, because of the release of these coaches, it changes how I would personally be doing my team building. Animations. Let's click on this button. Ben Shepherd, Kyle Korver. This is crazy, man. Like, here's my beef. And this is not going to be a rant video, but I'm just going to say this real quick. For the smaller point guards, they could have been doing this already, right? Because now, who cares about small players, because the big cards get the good basis now. So now height is going to start ruling the game, because the big cards are getting the SIGs. And smaller cards do move better. But I'm sorry, a 6'10" PG with Ben Shepherd base and Kyle Korver upper is just going to be, shooting guard. It's just going to be absolutely crazy, right? Like, yes, if the card can do everything and has all of the best SIGs, then yeah, let's talk about that. Pro behind the back, pro moving step back, Kyrie Irving dribble style, Steve Francis size up, Trae Young escape. I don't know who loves this guy this much, but this is possibly your best 2 guard in the game, right? I mean, on paper, LeBron James layup package, this guy's made in the lab, right? I would play him over everyone. Even Glenn Rice, because Ben Shepherd, Kyle Korver is nearly as strong as Patty, and at 6'10" with a 7'2" wingspan, you're just getting so much from this card. Now we have to see this, and so I'm saying on paper, but this looks crazy, right? I would imagine, I think these are going to be probably packs only, which is a terrible thing for the game, because if it's packs only, you're locking all of these super juiced cards behind a paywall. And it's true that so far, whatever cards you get is basically, an A+ to S tier card. So that makes it worth it. but at the same time, it's the absolute wrong direction for content because you're not getting the card that possibly helps your team the most, right? Because if you do, say, have Glenn Rice and Michael Beasley, as great as this card is, you are probably still looking for your big man, right? If you didn't strike gold on Yao or Wemby or something like that. So anyway, rant over. We'll see what the behind the back is. Moving step back pro, a little nervous about that, but I mean, 6'10" 2 guard, you're allowed to have that weakness for sure. As long as the behind the back is good, with this tray escape and with this size up package combo, he's good to go. Let's look at his badges real quick before we get out of here. No badges necessary. And in fact, let's look at the first guy, Justin Edwards, before we leave him as well. Yeah, no badges necessary. So these cards are all going to be complete badge-wise. I will say, oh, he can't get float game. That's weird. Like the float game, when they don't give cards float game, a lot of the cards can't get it when they decide not to give it to him. But he has a 94 driving layup. That's very confusing. And Michael Jordan, well, I don't know about Michael Jordan's floaters. His floaters, to my recollection, moved to the side quite a bit. So I don't know about that. Okay, Ron Holland. Did we look at Ron Holland? Yeah, I believe we did. All right, cool. So next up. So that was Montes. Did we look at? Yeah, we looked at that guy. He was 7 feet tall. So we'll look at the PG here. Stefan Castle. 93 ball. So we're looking at Phil Jackson as a coach. Phil or Sabrina, right? Badge-wise, he looks really good. Not missing anything. Stats-wise, across the board, he's looking good. Defensively, looks like an absolute monster. 90 strength. 6'7" at the PG position. 6'10" wingspan is pretty good. Not amazing for a 6'7" card, but still pretty good. Let's see what we're dealing with here. Ja, Kyrie, Kemba. James Harden combo moves. Absolutely outstanding. Malachi Flynn with Oscar Upper. I'm actually not familiar with Malachi Flynn base, but I believe it is one of the good ones. Floater Specialist layup package is not very good. Pro 2 leaner with the Jokic hop jumper obviously is the god combo there. He has Curry slide, which does hurt him a little bit, but I will say he's still awesome. So this is a great example of a card where what's his moving step? So it's Chris Paul moving step back. So the way this card can really cook is by if you know how to L2 cancel. If you don't know how to L2 cancel, that can save the card because the James Harden combo moves goes really well with everything here, particularly though the James Harden combo moves into the Chris Paul snatchback, into the Chris Paul hop back. That's going to do you really well. You use our tech here on the channel, the in and out cross, and he'll be bursting to the basket every direction, no problem. Kyrie Irving style also allows you to do that. So the main thing is out of the L2 cancel, he won't be able to dance behind screens with the Curry slide nearly to the effectiveness as one of the other elite behind the backs that really moves you. However, if you know how to escape, then that can help it. And with the Chris Paul snatchback, that will help it as well. But this is a card that is A+ if you don't know how to L2 cancel, but S tier if you do. Lower S tier, but still S tier if you do. All right, Cody Williams, another 2 guard, 6'8", ridiculous 3-ball, 85 strength. So we're looking at Popovich coach here, and badge wise, extraordinarily complete. We love that. Animation wise, looks absolutely perfect. So this guy has the God Sigs across the board. Although Kyle Lowry base with Goran Dragic upper. So this is another base I have heard of in some people's jump shot videos. Some people have talked about this, but I don't know how good it is. But I imagine it probably has to be. But he is a 6'8" 2 guard. That's good size, but there is a 6'10" in here as well. So you can look at that. But yeah, looking fantastic also. So these cards, it's funny because this reminds me a lot of the old, was it the Flash Forward set where they got all of the elite SIGs? This seems like a step in that direction, just really, really late in the year. All right, so Nikola Topic. So he's 6'7", PG, 6'10" wingspan. Excellent 3-ball. Strength is actually high enough that with just the shoe. So coach here, important to note, dealer's choice on the coach, right? This guy can fit with both coaches pretty much equally well because a shoe gets him over 90 strength, which is great. Shoes get him to 98 3-ball, which is also great. Slashing wise, he's right about where you need him to be. Animation wise, let's see. Rose, Kyrie, great. Curry escape, solid. Again, usable. Not my favorite escape in the game, but definitely usable. Harden behind the back. So Harden step back. So this guy's a little bit of a step down, in my opinion. Dyson Daniels lower with Oscar Robertson upper. This should be a very good combo as well. So all of these guys have elite jumpers, it looks like. Some more than others, but all of them look really good. They did nerf him on the SIGs quite a bit, though. But he is a 6'7 PG, which seems to be, you can kind of see where they're going. The two guards are getting absolutely perfect SIGs. The PGs are getting height, but they're knocking down a few of these SIGs to the B and to the B tier SIGs, because that's going to be what they're selling us for the rest of the season, is tall point guards with perfect SIGs. They're still gatekeeping that. Zach Edey, all right, 7'5", 7'10" wingspan, 83 point shot, which is basically a 94 3-point shot if you're running the right coach, right? Badge wise, okay, he needs a lot badge wise. He does need a lot badge wise. He needs that handles for days. Consider maybe hyperdrive depending on what SIGs he has, and obviously open looks, dead eye. At least he does have catch and shoot results. He doesn't need everything. Space creator for sure, possibly Agent 3 as well, maybe even blinders. So you're going to be having to give this guy a lot of badges. But animation wise, okay, he can't dribble at all. He can't move at all. I would still put handles for days on him just because of the stamina thing. Any dribble move you do, you're taking an extra hit. But so he has basic leaner, basic 2 hop jumper. All right. I mean, so this guy's getting heavily penalized for being 7'5", but he is still 7'5" with an 88 speed. So, can't teach height. At the end of the day, I still think this is possibly one of the best centers in the game. So, he's Zubac on normal. Never mind. I don't know if this guy's one of the best centers in the game. I think he's still good, and I think he's still going to do his job, but you are definitely sacrificing a lot of versatility for pure height, which I think is okay. I will note, even though most of his SIGs are flat out bad, I do think that the Giannis moving crossover with the hyperdrive or handles for days is not to be slept on, because you can do the tech with all characters in the game. And he does have an 86 ball handle, so he can momentum dribble. I believe his misdirection is not going to be super great, but just using the tech that I showed you guys on the channel, definitely watch that video, learn how to do it. Just using that and then going into the Giannis moving crossover, that adds more dribbling versatility than what it looks like he has right here, because he does get normal escape. Normal escape is usable, particularly on a 7'5" card. I'm worried about the Zubac jumper on normal, but at 7'5", his shot contest is so much harder to get to. I don't know if that kills the card, but I do not recall Zubac having a very good shot. So, that's worth noting. Reed Shepherd, 6'3", 6'6" wingspan. He better have Patty. He's got Quickly, base, and Lillard upper. I mean, Lillard has a pretty good upper. Quickly, I actually do think probably has a pretty good base, because Quickly shot has been very fast all year. But I don't understand LeBron James. So this is the troll card. He's not terrible, but he's still the troll card, right? Because he's only 6'3", 6'6" wingspan, and they didn't give him perfect SIGs. So he does shoot the ball absolutely crazy. And I'm curious about this jumper. With my team difficulty settings, this jumper could be really nuts. He has great SIGs, but the Curry behind the back is unacceptable on a 6'3" card. I'm sorry. We're past that. Nobody's running this guy over a 6'7" with the same animation quality. So he looks like the troll card, which shows me that this is definitely some gambling stuff that they're going to be doing. Rob Dillingham, 6'3", 6'6" wingspan. We're going to go straight to those animations. The stats looks fine. Badges look fine. No, not missing anything. He does have a movable. So same thing. Curry behind the back. He does get Patty and Oscar. Okay. He gets Patty and Oscar, which is, oh man, if they would have given this guy Jamal Murray, we would have had our first truly elite small guard who can be what my team version of what my career small guard is. we would have had it. But the Curry behind the back definitely holds him back some. Although I will say again, if you can L2 cancel and do that kind of stuff at a high level, L2 canceling into the Curry snatchback and L2 canceling into the escape is going to get you open, but you're still missing the best tool in the game with this Jamal Murray behind the back. And you're also missing one of the replacements like the Halliburton or the James Harden. So that is unfortunate for Mr. Dillingham. Alex Sarr, center, 7'1", solid size, 7'5" wingspan. Let's see what they did. Okay, and look at my goodness, these are some incredible. Okay, so we look at, you guys can see the SIGs. Steve Francis, Kyrie Irving on a 7'1" big. This guy's replacing a lot of your bigs, 100%. And so let's talk about this jumper. So Stephen Curry, one of the best jumper bases in the game. This is what all small guard, not all, but most small guards were using before they earned the Patty Mills base, is they were using Steph Curry. Sadiq Bey, this is one of the best uppers in the game and is in probably 90-ish% of the jumpers in my career. And it's because it blends well with other uppers, but it's also very, very fast. This speeds your jump shot up a lot. So depending on what this guy's behind the back is. Oh no, I'm sorry, he has a Curry slide. So the thing is, he's 7'1", and this is what we talked about with like the 6'3" card not getting the love, because you need the Jamal Murray to create the same amount of space, because you get less space off of the rest of these dribbles because you're a smaller character model, right? So the dribble just takes you less far away, and because you're shorter, if they jump at it, they get a better contest versus a guy who in this case is 7'1". So with this guy, literally just doing tray escape by itself, you can shoot off of it because he's 7'1", right? So you can just be standing there, tray escape, and shoot, and you're good to go. So you add that with the L2 cancel, and now you're talking about something that's really hard to get to. I got to see what this pro moving step back is. But with the Curry slide, him L2 canceling into the Curry slide, which at 7 feet tall is crazy. You're talking about a situation where he can get that thing off. And I would even say, I think he's looking really strong at the center position because he does have the stats to play center, but he's also looking like one of the absolute best power forwards in the game. And that jumper, Steph Curry, Sadiq Bey is going to be absolutely crazy. And of course, Pro 2 and Jokic. So he got the treatment as well. And that is it. That, I believe we have covered everyone. Don't think I missed anybody. So yeah, I mean, this set is absolutely juiced. There are 2 or 3 troll-ish cards, but for the most part, you're looking at some of the best cards in the game at their respective positions. Even the guys who are quote-unquote mid are really good. But the ones with the truly elite jumpers and elite size are tops at their position, in my opinion. And we'll see how you get these cards, but there's no way to acquire them via MT, so they're definitely not in the player market. And there's no VC price, so again, not in the player market. So we'll see how you get these cards. We'll see if there's an event or something like that. I can't imagine they're giving out all of these cards for free. We'll see. Have no idea at this point. But yeah, this is an outstanding collection that far surpasses any individual collection we got throughout the entirety of season 7, which was a really bad season in my opinion for content in terms of the actual packs. The packs were a downgrade over the previous season, and this is better than all of that stuff, with the exception of the Wemby collection, which was really more about Wemby than anybody else. These guys are a step up across the board, and there are some real gems in here. All right, I hope that was informative for you guys, and for those of you who are excited about this content, you have many reasons to be, but I am very reserved until I know how we acquire these cards. Because if this is pack only and there's no event, nothing to go along with it, it's just here's a bunch of juice cards that we're putting in the collection to get resources out of you. Well, that is another bad direction, because here they're not even in the player market is what it looks like. So in that sense, this is actually the worst content, because we've moved from being able to lock in to get at least one of them to not having a lock in. So we'll see, and possibly even cover what the availability of these cards are. But in terms of quality, they get a big old thumbs up from your boy right here. So, all right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much for rocking with me. Please like and subscribe. I'll see you all later. Peace.